Morning, dear students. This is Mallikarjun, lecturer in English, Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. So, in the previous class, we have seen parts of speech. In parts of speech, we have verb. So, what is verb? Already we have seen the definition of verb and types of verbs. So, what is verb? Verb tells about action or state. It tells about action or state. So verb will have three forms. They are present, past, and past participle. Example: Rama killed Ravana. In the verb, in the sentence, verb is killed. So it tells about the action which was done by the subject. And sometimes it tells about state. Rama is a good boy. So there is tells about the state of the subject. The book is on the table. It tells about the state of the book. So we divide verbs into two types. They are regular verbs and irregular verbs. So what is regular verb? By adding ed to the first form of a verb, we can get its second form, and third form is called regular verb. So already we have seen the three forms of a verb, that is present, past, and past participle. So ing form is called present participle. This is called first form of a verb plus ing form. And then to the first form of a verb, if we add ed, then we get its second form, and third form is called regular verb. So all ed verbs are called regular verbs. Kill, killed, killed, walk, walked, walked, talk, 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 dance, 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 like that. And then irregular verbs. What is irregular verb means? Without ed verbs. By adding ed to the first form of a verb, we do not get its second form and third form, is called irregular verb. For example, go, went, gone. There are four types in irregular verb. The first form differs from second form, and second form differs from third form. All the three forms are different. See, saw, seen, eat, ate, eaten, drive, drove, driven. There is second type in irregular verb, that is the we should not add ed, but the second and third forms are same. Buy, bought, bring, brought, like that. And the third type of irregular verbs, first form and third form, both are the same. That is come, came, come, become, became, become, run, ran, run. And then the last form and the fourth type, first type and the fourth type of irregular verb is first form, second form, and third form all are same. Example: put, cut, set, let. And then due to the nature of the verbs can work as main verbs and helping verbs. Already we have seen the definition of main verb and helping verb. What is main verb? If there is only one verb in a sentence, that is called main verb. If there is only one verb in a sentence, that is called main verb. And then what is helping verb? If there are two or more than two verbs in a sentence, the verb which tells about the action is called main verb, and the other verbs are called helping verbs. And then in English, be forms, have forms, do forms can work as main verb and helping verb. In English, be forms, have forms, do forms can work as main verb and helping verbs, but modals always work as helping verbs. We cannot get a modal as main verb. So the verb which tells about the action will work always as main verb. The verb which tells about action always work as main verb. Modals always work as helping verbs. But be forms, have forms, do forms can work as main verbs and helping verbs. So what are the modals? Let us. There are 12 modals in English. There are 12 modals in English. They are will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need to, dare to. What are the 12 modals? Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need to, dare to. So these are the 12 modals in English. Okay. Now let us see B forms. In English, B forms can work as main verbs and helping verbs. Already we have seen. In English, B forms can work as main verbs and helping verbs. So how many B forms are there? There are totally 8 B forms in English language. There are 8 B forms in English language. As you all know that a verb can take 3 forms. A verb can take 3 forms. Without getting these 3 forms, it is no more called a verb. So here, B forms are also verbs. So naturally, B form will have 3 forms. What are the B forms? Is B form. So is present, then what is past for it? Was past. Then what is past participle? Been. Is, was, been, and then am, was, been, and then are, were, been. So is, was, been. For am also, past and past participle are same. Is, was, been, am, was, been. And for are, past tense is different and past participle is the same. Are, were, been. And then remaining be and being will be there, which we get in future or continuous, which we will get in either future or in continuous. Okay, right. So we know that third form of a verb will not come alone in the sentences. It's not possible to get a third form of a verb alone in the sentences. For example, we take about the verb go. The verb go will have 3 forms: present, past, and past participle. Go is present, went is past, gone past participle, which is called third form of a verb. We get first form alone in the sentence, second form also alone in the sentence, but we cannot get third form alone in the sentences. We can say I go to college daily. We can say I went to college yesterday. So singly we used. But gone, it is not possible to use gone alone in the sentence. If you want to use gone, we have to take the help of have or has or had. Means have forms. So I have gone. Either I have gone or I had gone. It means that third form of a verb will always follows with have forms. And one thing we have to remember that we use third form of a verb only in perfect tenses. Third form of a verb is used in perfect tenses. Maybe in present perfect tense, maybe in past perfect tense, maybe in future perfect tense. And even sometimes we use them in present perfect continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense, and even in future perfect continuous tense also we use have forms. Okay. Whenever we use have or has, then only there may be a chance of getting third form of a verb. We get third form of a verb, simply we have to remember one thing, that the third form of a verb will come only in the perfect tenses. There are 3 perfect tenses in English. They are present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Okay. So the third form of a verb is written beside. So for is and am, we have was only. For is and am, we have past tense was. For are, we have were. Be, being, been. These are the 8 B forms. The 8 B forms are is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. These are the 8 B forms. Okay. The 8 B forms, we total B forms are 8. What are the present B forms? Is, am, are called present B forms. What are the past B forms? Was and were are called past B forms. We divided number in noun, and the same number in pronoun also we divided. It means that there are singular numbers and singular pronouns and plural number and plural pronouns. Okay. So B forms, we must use singular B form with singular noun or singular pronoun. We must use plural B form with plural noun or plural pronoun. It means that B forms will also have singular and plural. B forms will also have singular and plural. Okay, once again we will see what are the singular B forms. Is, am and was are called singular B forms. Is, am and was are called singular B forms. And are, were are called plural B forms. Are, were are called plural B forms. Okay. So every B form has a number and time. For example, what are the present singular B forms? Present singular. Is and am are called present singular B forms. Then what is plural present B form or present plural B form? In present, we have is, am, are. Among these three, are is called plural. So present plural is called are. Then what is past singular B form? In past, we have two B forms, that is was and were. So was is called singular. So past singular. Then automatically were is called past plural. So it means that is, am, are present B forms, was, were past B forms, is, am present singular B forms, are present plural B form, was past singular B form, were past plural B form. The total B forms are 8. Those are is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. So it should be like a rhyme. In the previous class we have seen to learn them in an order. In an order. Then we can remember them very easily. So tell me the B forms once again. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. So these are the B forms. These 8 B forms, present and past B forms, can work as main verbs and helping verbs. Only present and past B forms can work as main verb and helping verb. Is can work as main verb and helping verb. Am can work as main verb and helping verb. Are can work as main verb and helping verb. Was also can work as main verb and helping verb. Even were also work as main verb and helping verb. Okay. Now first to see what is the usage of is. We use is, or it tells about, is tells about present time and singular number. Is tells about present time and singular number. Okay. Is can work as main verb and helping verb. Is can work as main verb and helping verb. Example, let us see. He is a teacher. He is a teacher. How many verbs are there in the first example? One verb. What is that? Is. Is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb. Why do we call it main verb? Because there is only one verb in that sentence. Then how many verbs are there in the second example? He is teaching English. It is the second example. How many verbs are there in the second example? In the second example, we have two verbs. What are they? Is and teaching. Is and teaching are the two verbs. Is and teaching. Then what is main verb? Teaching is main verb. Why teaching is main verb? Very simple, because it tells about action. Then automatically is will become helping verb. Okay? Right. You see the third example. She is a singer. How many verbs are there? Only one verb. What is that? Is. Is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb. Why it is main verb? Because there is only one verb in that sentence. How many verbs are there in the second example? She is singing a song. There are two verbs in the fourth example. What are they? Is and singing are the two verbs. Then what is main verb? Singing is called main verb. Why it is called main verb? It's very simple that it tells about action. Then automatically what is? Is helping verb. Okay. So you see the first two examples. In the first example, he is a teacher, is main verb. In the second example, he is teaching English, is the helping verb. Okay. Now we can say like this, no? In the first example, is worked as main verb, and in the second example, is worked as helping verb. So we can say that is can work as main verb and helping verb. Okay. What are the subjects we get with is? Okay, we get only singular subjects with is because it tells about singular number. As it tells about singular number, we get only singular subjects with is. So what are the singular subjects? Generally, what do we get in subject? We get either noun or pronoun in as subject. We get either noun or pronoun as subject. So you see noun. Which noun? Singular noun. And which pronouns? Singular pronouns. We get singular noun and singular pronouns with is. Okay, what are the singular pronouns? He, she, it. So is we use singular noun or he, she, it with is. So this is about the B form is, which tells about present time and which is used with the singular subject. Okay. Now let us go to am. So am also work as main verb and helping verb. Am also work as main verb and helping verb. So am tells about present time and singular number. Am tells about present time and singular number. So it also works as main verb and helping verb. Let us see the example. First example, I am a doctor. I am a doctor. How many verbs are there? There are four. There is only one verb in that sentence. What is that? Am. Is it main verb or helping verb? Automatically it is main verb. Why it is main verb? Because there is only one verb in that sentence. You see the second example. I am going to hospital. I am a doctor. I am going to hospital. How many verbs are there in the second example? In the second example, there are two verbs. What are they? Am and going. Am and going are the two verbs in the second example. Then what is main verb? Going is main verb. Why it is main verb? Why do we call it as main verb? Very simple, because it tells about action. Going is the action, so it is called main verb. Then automatically am will become helping verb. Okay, you see the third and fourth examples. I am a player. I am playing cricket. I am a player. I am playing cricket. So how many verbs are there in the third example? One verb. What is that? Am. Is it main verb or helping verb? Main verb. Why it is main verb? Because there is only one verb in that sentence. Then how many verbs are there in the second example? Two verbs are there. What are the two verbs? Am and playing are the two verbs in that sentence. Then now let us see what is main verb and what is helping verb. So in the third example, am is the only one verb, it is main verb. In the fourth example, two verbs are there, that is am and playing. So what is main verb means? Playing is main verb because it tells about action. Then automatically am will become helping verb. So if you observe the first example and the third example, second example and the fourth example. In the first example and third example, am worked as main verb, and in the second example and the fourth example, am worked as helping verb. So automatically we can say that am can work as main verb and helping verb. Okay. What are the subjects we use with am? Though am tells about singular number, we can't use all the singular subjects with am. We have to use only one subject, that is am, that is I with am. So we get only one subject, that is am. Am is find only for I. So that is why I is called royal pronoun, because sometimes it work as singular and sometimes it work as plural. In the B forms it is singular and in remaining all places it is plural. Okay, so that's why it is called royal pronoun. It works as singular and plural. Okay, so this is am. And then the next B form is are. It tells about present time and plural number. It tells about present time and plural number. Are also work as main verb and helping verb. Are also work as main verb and helping verb. Let us see the examples. They are drivers. They are driving cars. They are drivers. They are driving cars. So in the first example, how many verbs are there? There is only one verb, that is are. So it is called main verb. You see the second example, they are driving cars. How many verbs are there? There are two verbs. What are they? Driving and are. What is main verb? Driving is main verb because it tells about action. Then automatically are will become helping verb. You see the third and fourth examples. They are dancers. They are dancing in the show. They are dancers. They are dancing in the show. So here in the third example, how many verbs are there? Only one verb. What is that? Are. Is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb. Why it is main verb? Because there is only one verb in the sentence. How many verbs are there in the second exam? In the fourth example, they are dancing in the show. There are two verbs. What are they? Are and dancing. So, what is main verb? Dancing is main verb because it tells about action. Then automatically are will become helping verb. You see the first and third examples are worked as main verb. You see the second and fourth examples are worked as helping verb. So we can say that are can work as main verb and helping verb. What are the subjects we get with are? With is and am we got singular subjects. With are we get plural subjects. With are we get plural subjects. What are the plural subjects? Plural noun, we, you, they. Boys are, girls are, we are, you are, they are. So like that we can use are. And the next B form we have is was. Was tells about past time and singular number. Was tells about past time and singular number. Was also work as main verb and helping verb. Was also work as main verb and helping verb. You see the examples once again. Okay. I was a student. I was a student. I was learning English. I was a student. I was learning English. How many verbs are there in the first example? In the first example, there is only one verb in that sentence. What is that one verb? That is was. So is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb. Why it is main verb? Because there is only one verb in that sentence. There is only one verb in that sentence. Then automatically it is called main verb. How many verbs are there in the second example? I was learning English. There are two verbs. What are they? Was and learning. Then what is main verb? Learning is main verb because it tells about action. Because it tells about action. Then automatically was will become helping verb. You see the third and fourth examples. I was an actor. I was an actor. I was acting in the movie. I was an actor. I was acting in the movie. So I was an actor and I was acting in the I was acting in the movie. So I was an actor. I was acting in the movie. So if you see this example, then automatically we can say that was can work as main verb and helping verb. So in the third example, how many verbs are there? In the third example, there are in the third example there was only one verb. What is that? Was. So is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb because there is only one verb in that sentence. How many verbs are there in the second example? There are two verbs in that. What are the two verbs? Was and acting. Was and acting. So what is main verb? Acting is main verb. Then why it is main verb? Because it tells about action. Then automatically was will become helping verb. So you see the first and third examples here was worked as main verb, and you see second and fourth examples was worked as helping verb. So we can say that was can work as main verb and helping verb. So was can work as main verb and helping verb. So what is the difference between is and was? The only difference between is and was is the meaning is same. Time and number are different. Time and time is different. Even number also same. Okay. For example, I am happy. It means that I am happy in the present. I was happy. I was happy. It means that I was happy in the past. It means that present I am not happy. Okay. If you say I was happy, then automatically we can understand that I am not happy. That it implies the negative of present. సో పాస్ట్లో హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నా నేను ఒకప్పుడు అంటే ఒకప్పుడు నేను హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నా అంటే అర్థమైంది ప్రస్తుతం లేనన్నట్టే కదా. ప్రస్తుతం హ్యాపీగా లేను అన్నట్టు దాని అర్థం. అవునా? ఒకవేళ ఇప్పుడు కూడా హ్యాపీగా ఉంటే ఐ విల్ సే ఐఎమ్ హ్యాపీ. ఐ వుడ్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ సే ఐ వాజ్ హ్యాపీ. When I am saying I was happy, it indicates that I am not happy in the present. So that is the difference between was and am or was and is. For example, Tendulkar was the captain of Indian cricket team. It was in the past. It means that he is not the captain now. He is not the captain. Tendulkar was the captain. ఒకప్పుడు ఉండేవాడు అంటే ఇప్పుడుండా ఇప్పుడు లేడు. Who is the captain now? Kohli is the captain. We will say that Rajshekhar Reddy was the CM of AP. It is past. If you want to say in present, Jagan Mohan Reddy is the CM. So Rajshekhar Reddy in the past, Jagan Mohan Reddy in the present. Okay, right? So Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister of India. Now Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Meaning is same. Present and past is the difference. Okay. And then the last B form which we have were. So were also work as main verb and helping verb. Were also work as main verb and helping verb. So were tells about past time and plural number. Were tells about past time and plural number. So the difference between are and were, everything is same. Are tells about present, it tells about past. Okay. They were children. They were children. They were crying for sweets. They were children. They were crying for sweets. If you see this, they were children. So it means that in the past they were children. Now they are grown up. They are not children. They are not children. They were crying for sweets. వారు ఒకప్పుడు పిల్లలు, వాళ్ళు పిల్లలు స్వీట్ల కొరకు ఏడుస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు పెద్దగా అయ్యారు, ఇప్పుడు ఏడుస్తారా స్వీట్ ఇవ్వకుంటే? ఏడవరా. ఓకే. How many verbs are there in the first example? In the first example, there is only one verb. What is that verb? Is it main verb or helping verb? It is main verb because there is only one verb in that sentence. How many verbs are there in the second example? There are two verbs. What are they? Crying and were. What is main verb? Crying is main verb. Why it is main verb? Because it tells about action. Then automatically were will become helping verb. You see the third and fourth examples. They were painters. They were painting the house. They were painters. They were painting the house. Or we were painters. We were painting the house. How many verbs are there? How many verbs are there in the third example? In the third example, there was only one verb. What is that were? So is it main verb or helping verb? Automatically it is main verb because there is only one verb in that sentence. Then how many verbs are there in the fourth example? We were painting the house. There are two verbs in that sentence. What are they? Painting and were. So what is main verb? Automatically, obviously, painting will become main verb because it tells about action. Then what is verb? It is helping verb. If you see, if you observe the first and third examples and second and fourth examples, in the first and third example, were worked as main verb, and in the second and fourth examples, were worked as helping verb. So we can say that work can work as main verb and helping verb. So what are the subjects we get with work? What are the subjects we get with work? We get plural subjects. Why do we get plural subjects? Because it tells about plural noun or it tells about plural number. So what are the plural subjects? Plural noun. In subject we get noun and pronoun. So plural noun and we, you, they plus were. It means that the boys were, the girls were, the children were, you were, they were. Like that we have to use. So these are the B forms. So the difference between are and were is the only number we use are in present and we use were in past. With the remaining all are same. Children are playing, children were playing. The only difference, playing is common, children is common. Are playing means present lo playing. Were playing means past lo playing. So this is the difference that we have with B forms. So totally how many B forms are there? In B forms we have 8 B forms in English. What are the 8 B forms? Once again we will see is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay. Once again I would like to rewind. Okay. Just you go through them. So B forms. How many B forms are there? There are 8 B forms in English. B forms 8 ఉంటాయి ఇంగ్లీష్ భాషలో. ఓకే. ఏంటివి అవి? ఈజ్, యామ్, ఆర్. సో ప్రతి వర్బ్కు 3 ఫార్మ్స్ ఉంటాయని చెప్పినాం. ప్రజెంట్, పాస్ట్ అండ్ పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్. ఈజ్కు ప్రజెంట్ పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్ ఉండాలి, యామ్కు ప్రజెంట్ పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్ ఉండాలి, ఆర్కు కూడా ప్రజెంట్ పాస్ట్ పార్టిసిపుల్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే. ఈజ్ వాజ్ బీన్, యామ్ వాజ్ బీన్, ఆర్ వర్ బీన్, బీ బీయింగ్. We know that third form of a verb will not come alone in the sentences. సెంటెన్స్లో థర్డ్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ వర్బ్ ఒంటరిగా రాదు. కావున థర్డ్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ వర్బ్ను పక్కకు రాస్తే ఇంకా మనకు మిగిలిన ఏంటివి? ఈజ్, యామ్, ఆర్. ఈజ్, వజ్, యామ్, వజ్, ఆర్, వర్, బీ, బీయింగ్, బీన్. సో ఈజ్, యామ్ రెండింటికి పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ వజ్ కాబట్టి ఒకటే తీసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఈజ్, యామ్, ఆర్, వజ్, వర్, బీ, బీయింగ్, బీన్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద 8 total B forms. The B forms can work as present B forms and past B forms and singular B forms and plural B forms. So what are the present B forms? The present B forms are is, am, are. What are the past B forms? The past B forms are was, were. What are the singular B forms? Is, am, was. What are the plural B forms? Are, were. Now let us see like this. The present singular B forms is, am. The present plural B forms are, the past singular B form was, past plural B form were, the total B forms is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. So the B forms can work as main verbs and helping verbs. Is, all, is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. So be, being, been మూడు పక్కకు ఇచ్చినట్లయితే ఈజ్, యామ్, ఆర్, వజ్, వర్ అనేవి మెయిన్ వర్బ్ గా పనిచేస్తాయి, హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్ గా కూడా పనిచేస్తాయి. సో వీ హ్యావ్ సీన్ బీ ఫార్మ్స్. ఐ థింక్ యూ మే హ్యావ్ అండర్స్టూడ్ బీ ఫార్మ్స్. బీ ఫార్మ్స్ అర్థమైనాయని అనుకుంటున్నాను. అండ్ టుమారో ఇన్ ద క్లాస్ we will see with have forms and do forms. have forms ను do forms ను మనము ఈరోజు క్లాస్లో రేపటి క్లాస్లో చూద్దాం. సో అప్ టు నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ కంప్లీటెడ్ ఇన్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్. నౌన్ అయిపోయింది. నౌన్ వీ ఫినిష్డ్ నౌన్ అండ్ వీ ఫినిష్డ్ ప్రొనౌన్ అండ్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫినిష్ వర్బ్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ మోర్ ఆన్ వర్బ్ బికాస్ ద ఎంటైర్ టెన్స్ డిపెండ్ అపాన్ వర్బ్. టెన్స్ మొత్తం కూడా వర్బ్ మీదనే ఆధారపడి ఉంటుంది. సో ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్ ఇండికేట్స్ ద వర్బ్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. టెన్స్లో టైమ్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్ను ఏమి ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది? వర్బ్ ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది. కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్లకు, పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్లకు బీ ఫార్మ్స్ ఎట్లా రావాలి, హ్యావ్ ఫార్మ్స్ ఎట్లా రావాలి, డూ ఫార్మ్స్ ఎట్లా రావాలి, నెగటివ్స్ ఎట్లా రావాలి, పాజిటివ్స్ ఎట్లా రావాలి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మరి మనం చెక్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి లెటస్ గో త్రూ దెమ్. వాటిని కొంచెం సిస్టమేటిక్గా నేర్చుకుందాం. ఐ హోప్ దట్ యూ మే హ్యావ్ అండర్స్టూడ్ ద క్లాస్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఎట్ యువర్ home and take a newspaper and find out a sentence. Just write down 5 sentences enough, not more than, just 2 or 3 are enough at least. And you try to identify each and every word of the sentence belong to which part of speech. Okay, అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటా. ఏదైనా ఒక ఇంగ్లీష్ పేపర్ కానీ ఒక ఇంగ్లీష్ బుక్ కానీ తీసుకోండి. ఒక 2-3 సెంటెన్స్లు ఒక పేజీ మీద రాసుకొని ప్రతి ఒక్క పదాన్ని అండర్లైన్ చేసి ఆ పదము ఏ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్కు చెందింది అని చెప్పి కొంచెం జాగ్రత్తగా చూసుకోండి. అప్పుడు పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ మీద యూ విల్ గెట్ మోర్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అండ్ యూ విల్ గెట్ మోర్ కమాండ్, గుడ్ కమాండ్, మంచి కమాండ్ వస్తుంది పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ మీద. ఐ థింక్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద వర్డ్స్ యూ మే నాట్ అండర్స్టాండ్. కొన్ని వర్డ్స్ మీకు అర్థం కాకపోవచ్చు. దోస్ వర్డ్స్ బిలాంగ్ టు విచ్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ అని ఆల్రెడీ, as it is a part of online, ఇది మొత్తం ఆన్లైనే కాబట్టి ఇంటర్నెట్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఇన్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్ అండ్ వి సే దునియా ముట్టి మే హై. జస్ట్ యూ గూగుల్ ద వర్డ్ ఇన్ internet and immediately you will find out the word and its pronunciation and its spelling and its meaning and its synonym and its antonym, even in its pronunciation also. Everything you will find. And the word belong to which parts of speech. What is synonym for it and what is antonym for it? Synonym వస్తుంది, antonym వస్తుంది, ఏ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ వస్తుంది, స్పెల్లింగ్ వస్తుంది, ఓకే, డిఫరెంట్ ఫార్మ్స్ వస్తాయి అండ్ ప్రొనౌన్సియేషన్ వస్తుంది, ఎవ్రీథింగ్. బట్ ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్. డోంట్ గూగుల్ డైరెక్ట్లీ. ఒక పదం తీసుకొని డైరెక్ట్ గూగుల్ కొట్టి ఇది ఏ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ అంటే పడకండి. డోంట్ బికమ్ సెరిలాక్ బేబీస్. ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ ఏ స్పూన్ ఫీడింగ్. దట్స్ వై I request you to write down the sentence first and try to do on your own each and every word and try to identify that the word belong to which part of speech. Okay, then if you do not understand or you can cross check them with Google or otherwise you contact me, then you contact any dictionary also. In dictionary also you will find. So all of you must have one dictionary. Okay, Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary or Shankar Narayan Dictionary, English to Telugu. If you want English to English, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. Otherwise you can have Dr. SLN Dictionary, Dr. S. Lakshmi Narayana Dictionary will be there. So it's very useful, the dictionary. You will get pronunciation even in Telugu also. Everything will be there. It will be very nice. Okay, thank you. I hope that you may have understood. You will follow my tips. Thank you one and all. Thank you. So we will meet in the next class tomorrow with with what is that with have forms and do forms. Today we have finished what is today we have finished B forms, and tomorrow we will go for do forms, have forms, and its usages. Thank you, thank you one and all.